What's up, gents? Dirtbag Gaming here, the channel for casual raiders. We are doing a full guide today. If you haven't seen him, my how-to gear guide on Vizier, we're actually doing a full guide on him today, going over like the clan boss build, what you can use him for, what strats would be great. This guy basically changed my 3-key nightmare clan boss to a 2-key nightmare clan boss, almost to a 1-key if I had better gear. But we're gonna go over exactly what this guy does and how to kind of gear them and use them all together. All right, so if you guys saw the how-to gear guide, this is going to be the full guide on him. So we're actually going to show him the clan boss and maybe some other dungeon runs. There's a new strat with him in the bomb team coming out. If you have that one bomb chick, right, we don't even have it leveled up, but level up right here, this chick. So she puts out bombs on one person that can't be resisted, and then Vizier comes in and kind of like spreads it out to the entire team, and then they all blow up. But we're not doing that today. All right, so we're going to go over Vizier Ovilus. I didn't even know he had a second name, but Vizier, everybody calls him Vizier. So we're going to go over skills, artifact masteries, and kind of show you a clan boss run. And the clan boss run we did got up to like 50 million damage on the Ultra Nightmare. So let's get into it. Skills, what he's really known for is the extension of buffs. So he attacks one enemy 3 times on the A1, so Giant Slayer is very good with him. Each hit has a 35% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs by 1 turn. So each hit has a 35. You definitely want this guy booked out on the A1. All the other skills you don't really care about. But 35, 45, 50% chance to increase the duration of buffs. So he's very good with the counterattack team as well, because every time he does his A1, it extends the buffs. So you want his accuracy up. You want his damage hopefully to be up, because he's going to be extending the buffs, but you got to make sure he actually does damage as well for the clan boss. He is an attack type champion, so that's kind of why it's hard to have attack type champions in the clan boss team. So you have to make sure you're gearing him correctly and you have the correct team to make him survive. All right, his A2 attacks one enemy twice. Each hit has a 50, 60, 75% chance of placing a block buffs debuff and a 50% decrease attack. And 100% heal reduction. So the only thing you don't want on the clan boss is the heal reduction, because it takes up a slot for a poison, But if you don't have like a decreased attack or a block buff, like a rosin or something, and you always want to run rosin, but he can actually stop the increased attack on the clan boss if you kind of do the skill and then just keep increasing the duration. So this is kind of, maybe you want this, maybe you don't. Sometimes you can wait till the clan boss has like 9 debuffs on him. Sometimes you get lucky, and he has 9 debuffs on the clan boss. Then he does this skill, and he only places, I don't know if it's every time, but most of the times I've done it, he only places the block buffs instead of the decreased attack, because it's already on the clan boss, and the heal reduction. If there's 2 slots left, he'll do the heal reduction and block buffs. But sometimes you'll get away with just landing the block buffs if there's only 1 more slot left. So that way the boss isn't doing the increased attack skill, so you don't need to take it off with rosin. So he can be a decreased attack, he can be your rosin by taking away the buff. So really cool skill. It just stinks that he actually has the heal reduction on it as well. So yeah, that's his A2. It's on a 4-turn cooldown too. Then this one attacks one enemy, applies these buffs spread. So this is what I was talking about. You can use them in dungeons if you have like a rosin putting up the decreased defense and weaken. You can then run up and spread it to the entire team. Takes 2 random debuffs, so those 2 debuffs, and places on all other enemies. You need the accuracy for this, but places a perfect veil buff on this champion for 3 turns if the target is under 2 more debuffs. This works on the clan boss, so if you get this down to a 4-turn cooldown, basically he's always going to have the perfect veil up, which is not bad, especially for the stun. So I usually do this when all the buffs are extended by a lot. Like if you have like a buff that's only has 1 more cooldown on it, do his A1. If all of them are pretty high, just do the A3, so that way he doesn't get hit by the stun, especially on like the red affinity or the green affinity clan boss. Then he's got a passive. Plays a perfect veil buff on this champion for 2 turns at the start of each round. So I don't know why he doesn't always have it on him, but sometimes he doesn't have the perfect veil up. So that's his passive. That's why, because like each round, so clan boss is only rolling around. So on the rounds, like when you go through dungeons, he's gonna have the perfect veil buff, but not on the clan boss the whole time. So that's why you need his A3 for the perfect veil. Or not bad, attacking all dungeons by 34%. The other high one that we have, I think, is Royal Guard, 35%. So it's pretty high, 34% on attack is actually really high for dungeons, right? Masteries, let's go over the clan boss masteries. We're building it down to, let me move my head. We're building it down to Giant Slayer because he does have a 3-hitter on A1, 2-hitter on A2, but mainly you're just going to try and do as much damage as possible with the Giant Slayer because mainly he's going to be doing his A1 throughout the entire fight. Just kind of you want to heal up because we don't have him in lifesteal. You can put him in lifesteal, so that way he does heal back up fully, but this is going to help out healing him, plus having a bad L on the team is definitely going to help out as well, but just doing as much damage as possible, you know, really to the clan boss, that's kind of your goal. This, so just that way he counterattacks if he does lose 50% or 25% of his HP, he has a chance to counterattack, which then does his A1 as well. If you don't have that, you could probably do this. If you go down to like, he doesn't have anything to put up this. So if you do like this and this, that's not bad. This one you probably don't need, but we only needed that to get down to this. So it's kind of tough. Like you really want this because you're going to have somebody get stunned on this team. So he has a better chance of doing that than this. But there you go. That's what you should use for potentially the clan boss if you can do this build. And then artifacts. So a bunch of different ways to build this guy. You just want him to survive. So I want him to have a ton of HP. I don't want him to be targeted by the stun. He's got 3,000 defense, which isn't bad. Sometimes you bring in the Iron Brago, so it actually increases defense by a lot. You want him to be right before the counterattack. So you want him to have not a ton of speed because you want all the other people to place their debuffs and then him go to extend it. So you want him to be before your counterattack champion, like Skull Crusher. So he has 193 speed. Skull Crusher has 192 speed. So he's like one more speed than him. You want him to do damage. So we actually could reduce his crit rate by a little bit, but make sure he has some crit damage and some attack. We don't have a ton of attack because I just want him to survive and just extend the debuffs. Most of your damage from this build is going to be coming from the debuff extension. So you'll see how much damage he does. But with the things, I want him to have a ton of HP, pretty good defense, get whatever attack you can, you know, from his skills and artifacts. But then you want him to crit because you want him to do damage and crit damage. Now this is what the accuracy we have because we want him to land his extension on the green affinity, which is his weak affinity, and you want him to extend the buffs as much as possible. So you need him to have accuracy. So let's get into it. So all the artifact sets that I would suggest for him, definitely this one. This is very good for him. This isn't bad, HP and defense. We have this one if you need more speed. There's a lot for him. Like the clan boss, you can really do anything with him. Crit rate if you want more damage. This one very good because he's healing every single turn. So I have him in my green affinity as well with Doom Priest, who heals 7% each turn, and then if he heals an extra 6% on top of that, it's like 13% every single turn he's healing. So if he has a lot of HP and you put him in immortal sets, perfect sets for him. This isn't bad, but not really good for the clan boss because you want him to survive. This is actually very good. I was thinking about this because we do have a bad L in the team. So if you have this, he takes 30% less damage from AoE hits. So if he's not the stun target, he is going to take a lot less damage on the AoE attack. So this is a very good set if you have a good healer like Bad El Khazar. So use the Stalwart if you can. What else? I was thinking this, but it's taking up a slot, which if you have a 5% poisoner, you don't need this. So try not to get the poison because you'll just extend 2.5% poison. Sunset, no. Savage, not really. Relentless, potentially. On the clan boss, just because you're constantly extending the buffs. So this wouldn't be that bad, as long as you can heal him back up. But this isn't bad if you can heal him. Who else? Going up. Lifesteal, again, very good if you don't have a healer. Very good in a lifesteal set, so that way you can heal himself back up. Make sure you have crit rate, so he's actually healing off the damage as well as the War Master procs or Giant Slayer procs. Accuracy is great because you want to make sure he's landing his extension. Crit if you need it, speed if you need it, defense if you need it, and HP if you need it. All right, so a lot of good sets you can run with him. We went with 2 immortal sets and 1 perception set, so you get a little bit more speed and accuracy, and then a lot more HP, 30% more HP, and 6% heal every single turn. So he basically doesn't need Bad El, but if Bad El's on the team, he's just usually not really dying till the very end. So what do we get? We probably went with crit rate. Yeah, crit rate because I want him to have 100% crit rate, but we got accuracy as a substat and pretty good HP as a substat. On here, we got a little bit attack percentage, so that's how he's getting up his attack. Then with this, we got defense. So you can either go HP or defense on the chess piece. I went with defense because we needed to get up to 3,000. Speed, resistance, not really needed, but HP, pretty good chess piece. Speed with a lot of HP on there. Accuracy, very good there. Crit rate to get up to 100%. So I could probably sub this out. This is actually a really good shield. So maybe not. Do we sub this out? No. See, he's got good gear. So 15% HP, accuracy, speed, crit rate. We could probably sub this one out. So we'll get rid of this and we'll probably just add a little bit more HP with maybe a little crit rate because we can get rid of 9 crit rate right now and crit damage. So we'll probably sub out the weapon for a better weapon. So ring, you want to go whatever you need, whether it be HP or defense. We go with the defense route with pretty good rolls down here. Neck piece, crit damage because we want him to do damage, but accuracy as a substat, and he got a little bit of attack. And then for this, you just want accuracy most of the time. Speed, whatever you need for speed. So make sure that he's 1 more speed than the counterattack champion. We got pretty good defense and HP. 5% chance to prevent skill cooldown. Not really needed for him because we're really doing his A1 most of it. So if I need to sub this out for another champion like a Ray or something, I could probably put this on a Ray. But yeah, we got accuracy on this one with just the right amount of speed. Total stats again, that's what we're looking at. So let's look at this video. I recorded a video earlier. Let me see if it plays. Yep. All right, cool. So this is Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. Our team consists of Vizier, Alton, Bad Rosin, and Skullcrusher. So he starts with the Perfect Veil. It doesn't really matter, but we're going to put up the Poison. We're going to put up the Decreased Defense and Weaken from Rosin, and then we're going to put up the counterattack with that. So now he's going to run up to his A1 and just watch the, either right here, you're going to see all the extension. Do you see extended? You're looking for those words, that's how extended, or you can just watch it up top where the buffs. It'll just add 1 to 3 more each attack. Look, he just did a bunch there again. But if you notice, let me move myself again. Crap. All right, so if I move myself, we're on manual for the first couple turns. Why we're on manual is because if he does his A2, he's going to put up the heal reduction, which we don't want on the clan boss. So we're kind of setting it up slowly but surely to extend the decreased attack, extend the decreased defense and weaken, and extend Bad L's poisons. So Bad L is going to do a crap ton of damage because we're extending his poisons throughout the entire match. And then we're extending the decreased attack so Alton doesn't have to land it every single time. And then we're extending Rosin's debuffs as well. So really you just need them to hit once. Once they hit once, he can then be the one to continue it throughout the entire match, which is our goal. So now look at this. Are we going to do the A2? I'm not sure if we do the A2 here. No. The A3 is if you want to do so that way he doesn't get hit by the stun. So if he does his A3, he has a chance to obviously be, perfect veiled, so that way the clan boss doesn't target him with stun. You only want to do that really on the green affinity clan boss. For the blue affinity, he's not going to be targeted, and the red affinity, Alton's going to be targeted because he's the weak affinity. But on the green affinity, he has a chance to be targeted by the boss because he's weak affinity. So yeah, Alton's always going to be targeted with this clan boss because everybody else is strong. But look at that. So I think what's his name? Skullcrusher put up the reduction of the heal, which kind of stinks because now with my counterattack, I'm just going to keep extending it. So let's see if it gets extended here. Because he does his A1. There you go, so extended it. So this is basically going to be up the entire match. I can't not extend it with this team. So we're losing out on one. There you go. So I did the A2. I didn't land the block buffs, but we landed the heal reduction, again, which isn't what we want. I'd rather replace that with another poison from Bad L. But didn't work, so we're just going to, again, keep going. If you're at a 1-to-1 ratio with the clan boss, like we're at 8 million for 8 turns, that's very good. That's kind of what you want to be at towards late game. If you're above the turn meter, like if you're at 10 million right now on turn 9, you're really good. But right now we're at kind of like a 1-to-1 ratio. Now notice the damage he's doing. compared to Rosin is a defensive type champion, so the more defensive you build with crit rate and crit damage, he's going to do a crap ton of damage. He's doing like 35k per hit. This attack champion is only doing 9 to 10,000 per hit. 12,000 per hit. So a lot less damage than a defensive type champion. But again, we're using him mainly to extend the buffs. That's it. So he's making Bad L do a crap ton more damage. He's making the team more reliable when it comes to decrease attack, decrease defense, and weaken. He has his role as a utility piece rather than raw damage like, well, that's 25k. Raw damage like a Rosin would be. But Rosin just does so much damage. Like 38k per plus the Giant Slayer procs. Altson just hits like a truck. Alright, so Altson's in lifesteal, Skull Crusher's in lifesteal, and Rosin's in lifesteal. He's the only one not in lifesteal, and Bad L's in Stalwart set. So if you want to put him in Stalwart set, you can. But notice his health. It's not changing because we have Bad L as a healer. But also he's healing 6% of his HP every single time he goes. Or every single turn he's going. So there you go. We're full. This has been 10 stacks the whole time. He just keeps extending them. If you see, we're up to like 19 stacks. This gets up to like 30. Once we get up to like turn 30, it's just, they never die. Usually the only reason you die is because your team dies, but you still have 30 stacks on the clan boss. So as long as you can make a tanky team that can survive long, especially him, like if he dies early, there's still 30 stacks, and if your whole team keeps going, you're going to do a lot of damage. And that's kind of the whole role of what he's doing, is you just want to extend the debuffs as long as possible and then survive as long as possible. That's kind of the goal. So let's fast forward this a little bit. This is a long match. We're up to 16 minutes. So we're going up to turn 40 now, and we're still going. Surprised. What are the stacks up to? Is that 95? I can't see, it's too blurry. 50, 55. It might be like 55 stacks. But basically, it's all about just, can we survive for any longer right now? So we're up to 43 million. Look at that. We're above the turn counter because the poisons literally keep ticking every single turn. We would have done more damage, honestly, if we didn't have that heal reduction. Bad L would have had one more poison on the clan boss, which is ticking like for 46,000 each, 50,000 each turn. So 50,000 times, let's say 30 turns, it's a lot more damage that we would have had. So let's fast forward. All right, so we finally lost Alton. We're getting down now. He's still alive, even though with his gear, it's not lifesteal or anything. But he's got that one mastery, which he heals 5% if he's below 50% HP. So there you go. He's all the way back up already. Again, Bad L definitely helps, but he's doing his work, right? 46 million. Let's get down. All right, so we finished it off. How long did he last? He lasted after Bad L did. So again, this gear, not bad. How we geared him. And again, we are strong affinity, so that helps. But he works pretty good on the red affinity as well. We started using him a lot on the green affinity to try and 3-key the boss. So there goes Rosin. Finally, Skull Crusher lasts. Get some more attacks. And the more your people last, the more the dots tick for. So block revive because we're past 50 turns. 50 million. This is like one of my highest damage that I've done on Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. But look how much Rosin did. So Rosin did 8.2 million. We extended Bad L's poison every single turn, so that's why he was able to get up to 17 million. That works with Draco as well, so you're extending Draco's poisons. But 17 million damage from a Bad L, 12 million from Rosin. Go check out that Rosin video. 4.8 million for him, and then Vizier was able to squeeze out 7.846 million. So he probably procced Giant Slayer a lot that turn. He doesn't really do that much damage. But still, he makes Bad L just go ham when it comes. He would have probably done 19 or 20 million if we had got that extra poison on. But yeah, that's what he does. So this is what the obviously clan boss would look like if you have the Vizier built and the same team that we have for the clan boss. So where else can we use him? Again, I don't really use him anywhere else. But if you're like mid-game, early game, you can use him in a bunch of different places. Great for the Fire Knight. If you want to run him in, we'll take out him. We'll put, where is he? Vizier in. He attack in all dungeons by 34%. Sick. This team is a speedrun team. So let's see what he does for the Fire Knight, because he has a 3-hitter A1. He's got another hit that does 2 hits. He's got the heal reduction. So we're just going to get to the boss pretty quick because of the speed run. 19k, look at that. He extended all of the buffs. That was actually pretty cool. So if you put a block cooldown on somebody, he can then just put it on every single person. Let's see if he does his A1 here. No, so he did his A2, but he put up the decreased attack, block buffs, and decrease heals. So let's see what else he can do. Heartseeker, nice. Does his A1, extends the buffs. Doesn't really matter. Usually he dies before he puts up the shield again. But I think if you bring in a Rosin, like let's say you're newer and you bring in a Rosin with him, Rosin can run up, do the decrease attack, and weaken on one target, and then he goes up and extends it to everybody. So if you don't have like a Draco or Lydia or anything like that, he can actually help you through the waves a lot easier, because now you're going to be doing a lot more damage when it comes to clearing the waves out because of Rosin. And Rosin's very good for this boss because he has a 3-hitter, decreased defense, and he reduces the turn meter on the boss. So Rosin with him is a very good pair. So there you go. And he has the War Master procs. Pretty good. It's actually a really good chess piece. What else can he's right affinity, so he's going to be good for the dragon. What can he do for the dragon? Let's take out Septimus, put in this guy. We don't need crit rate. Let's get rid of. Yeah, we probably don't need that. Who should we bring? Let's bring in this guy. Another speed run. So if you have Seer and like a Lydia or Draco or whatever it may be, it's just going to make getting the dragon that much faster. Dead. We have to reset with what's her name? We just did a guide on her, so we'll post that soon. And then Seer goes again. Okay, now let's see what Vizier can do for the boss. He can put up the decreased attack, so it definitely helps out with the dragon. I don't think he landed it there though, which kind of stinks because he's 330 accuracy. Extends the buff, so if you have any poisons on your team, you can extend the buffs to help you kill the dragon easier. Dragon hates poisons, because when the poisons tick, it drops that purple meter below, and then he doesn't hit as hard, or he doesn't stun you and all that fun stuff. So let's see what we can do here. Just extending the buffs. Let's see how much he hits the dragon for. 31k on his A3, which then he went he didn't do the decreased attack. But he went stealth because of his A3. And of course Royal Guard finishes it off. So he can be used, right, for dragon as well. Definitely helps out, can help you out through the waves if you don't have a Seer. That's not bad, it's not great. It is an accuracy on there, but yeah, we'll sell that. Alright, what else? Ice Golem, not the best because he's a weak affinity. He can extend the buffs, spread the buffs. That's about it. So not really the best for there. Spider, let's kind of test him on Spider. So let's say you have a, not this team, but let's say you go, Rosin's weak affinity, but let's say you had somebody that had a weak or a decreased defense like a Rosin on one person, or a Feign on one person, then you spread it out to everybody. But who do we have that can put up a HP burn? So HP burn, what's his speed? 206. So if we do the HP burn on him, and then what else can we extend? The poisons don't really matter. Let's make a team. All right, so he was like the only champion that I had that could put up the decreased defense and weaken on a single target. That way we can test out the spreading of it. And then we have like a fire for this guy. We have the shield to kind of last a little bit longer, and then we have him in case we need to like spread the decreased defense. We'll test him out. He's just going to be like just there. Or we can try her as a... I don't know. I think we took away her gear. Maybe? Oh, crap, I gotta see. Because she was our tank for the spider before. But they're not going to attack her because we have 2 red guys here. So he'll be the tank. Who else do we want to try? Armiger? Do we have any gear on Armiger? We have no gear on Armiger. Okay, cool. We'll just go with Royal Guard. Allure. Doom Priest. That's not Doom Priest. Let's go with Doom Priest. Okay, cool. So we're going to test this out. We're just going to test out his skills on the spider and kind of the spreading, HP burn. So this is just definitely not... Alright, so we're going to put up shield. Try it. So shield. We'll put up decreased defense on this guy. And then we shall increase attack. Can we burn anybody? Attacks 183 times, 30% chance of placing a burn. 1, 2, there we go. We have the burn. Now let's try to this one. Here we go. So let's see if this does anything. So we applied no burn. Oh, so we got 1 burn there, 1 burn there. But everything else was the spread of that. So we probably don't need the decreased defense on that right away. Let's just say we put... Let's just do this. Hit the big guy. He's probably going to sacrifice all the spiders. Provoke on everybody. All testing right now. I guess next turn we need the defense or the HP burn. It's funny, there's so many champs now that do HP burn, I just don't have any of them leveled up. Like Ultimate Gaelic could be one. Oh, no HP burn. Let's see, we'll extend the buffs. More shields. We need the spiders that have HP burns. There you go. Keep attacking him. That's fine. Get the HP burn going. Auto. I don't care. Let's do it. What are we going to do? So every time the HP burn ticks on a spider, look at the top spider's health. It goes down fast and it hits really hard. So it goes down. So if you had a rosin in here instead of the dude that we have up front, that would be fine. I know he's weak affinity, but you could bring in an Armiger as well to reduce turn meter, do enemy max HP. But this isn't... I mean, Miscreated Monster is just so good for Spider. You're just never dying with him. So if you wanted to do this like for the Arbiter mission, like kind of extend the burns, you probably don't even need decreased defense, honestly. I wonder if we could do that instead. Because we don't have any enemy, no enemy max HP. So if we get rid of this guy, who else has enemy max HP? All right, what did we do? We brought Ultimate Gaelic out of retirement. I've used them maybe twice before, but let's test them out. So I really just want to test out the HP burn strat. So we go there, it's all battles by 70%. Yeah, so what does Ultimate Gaelic have to do to land it? So we're going to increase the attack from Doom Priest. Attacks on enemies. Alright, so we're going to try this on everybody. Wonder if it works on auto. Try it on auto. Increase attack. He didn't do his E2. Put up the HP burn again. Decrease turn meter. A2, no skills went up. Damn, that HP burn strat's such a good idea for the spider. I guess if you can reduce the turn meter. If not, you just have to hopefully kill him in the next 3 turns. So can we put up HP burn on everybody now? See, they're going after Ultimate Gaelic because he has like no HP. Even though he's strong affinity. Alright, can we... Is the A2 up yet? No, A3 we need. Debuff spread. That's 5 turn cooldown, damn. Yeah, they're not attacking our tank who's supposed to put up the there this improves, but he's supposed to put up the HP burn when they attack the main guy. But Ultimate Gaelic's too low on HP, so they don't even care about the weak affinity. Alright, what are we at? HP burn? There we go. Alright, so let's see what this does. Nah, he's not the best. Alright, let's just get out of this. So not a good strat for that, unless you just want to do the HP. Yeah, really, just don't run him in there. Just run him mainly for the clan boss, and you should be good. Again, the new strat for the arena was that you have the one dude that puts out the bombs. He then spreads the bombs on everybody, and then the bombs blow up. So you can do that with that chick that nobody ever runs. We have her. She's still level 1 for me. I think it's a dark elf. Her. So she's got this where attacks one enemy, plays 2 bomb debuffs, detonates after 1 turn, cannot be resisted. So basically you just build her with as much attack as possible, and speed if you're going to do go first. She's 102 speed, which is really good. So as much attack as possible, attack boots, attack if you have the speed, but attack gloves, attack chest piece, attack accessories, everything. Put out the bombs, and then he goes right after her, and then spreads the bombs, and then everybody just dies because it ignores defense, ignores all that. So that's also a good strategy. We don't have it built up, so I can't really show you right now, but go check out one of those videos. But let me know what you guys thought about the account, with the Vizier in it. I thought he's really good. Just make sure Clan Boss team do so much more damage, especially with poisons and extending. But let me know if you guys have them, if you wish you had them. We just got them recently, so good luck. Thanks for clicking on the video. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And guys, enjoy the rest of the week.